Welcome to my YouTube channel Study Bullet. This video is premiering now so you can ask your doubt live in live chat section. Today we learn Class 8 Chapter 1 Crop Production and Management. So let's begin. This chapter is completely based on agriculture, so we know that when was agriculture born and how. Till 10,000 BC, the people were nomadic. They were wandering in groups from one place to another in search of food and shelter. They ate raw fruits, raw vegetables, and started hunting animals for their food. Later, they could cultivate land and produce rice, wheat, and much more. Thus was agriculture born. Now we know that what is crop. When same kind of plants are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Remember that the same kind of plants on a large scale at one place. Now we know the types of crops. These are classified on the basis of season. The first is Kharif crop and second is Rabi crop. What is Kharif crop? The crops which are sown in the rainy season, it is called Kharif crop, mainly from June to September. The example of Kharif crop is paddy and maize. The second is Rabi crop. The plants which are grown in the winter season, generally from October to March, it is called Rabi crop. For example, wheat and gram. Can you tell me what are the activities done by farmer for growing the crops? Preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, threshing and storage. So now we discuss these activities one by one. The first task is preparation of soil. We have to turn the soil and loosen it by using cultivator or plough. This allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. This also helps in the growth of microbes and earthworms present in the soil, which are the friends of farmers because they add humus to the soil. The process of turning the soil and loosen it is called ploughing or tilling. Now move to the sowing. Sowing is an important task for crop production. Sowing means seeding. Before sowing, good quality seeds were selected. Sowing can be done by traditional tool and seed drill. In this video, sowing is done by traditional tool as you can see. In this video, sowing is done by seed drill and this seed drill is connected by cultivator. Now we learn about some agriculture implements. The first is plough. From plough, these activities can be done: tilling, adding manure and fertilizers, and removal of weeds. These are the two parts of plough: plough shaft and ploughshare. We can use the plough like this by putting the beam on the ox shoulder. The second implement is hoe. We can do these activities by hoe, tilling, adding manure and fertilizers, and removal of weeds. The bent plate of this mainly helps in agriculture work. The third one is cultivator. We can do sowing and ploughing by this. It saves the labor and time of farmers. Now move to the next topic, adding manure and fertilizers. The substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for their healthy growth, it is called manure and fertilizers. Now know some differences between fertilizer and manure. Fertilizer is man-made inorganic salt. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of human waste, plant residues, and animal excreta. Fertilizer is prepared in factories where manure can be prepared in the farm. Fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil, where manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. Fertilizers are very rich in the plant nutrients such as phosphorus, nitrogen, and potassium, but manure are relatively less rich in the plant nutrients. Now we know some advantages of manure. The first is it enhances the water holding capacity of soil. It makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases become easy. It improves the texture of the soil. It increases the number of friendly microbes present in the soil. Now the next process is irrigation. What is irrigation? The supply of water to the crops at the regular intervals, it is called irrigation. What are the sources of irrigation? The sources of water for irrigation are well, tube well, ponds, lake, river, dams, etc. There are some methods of irrigation system and these are also divided in two categories. The first is modern irrigation system and the second is traditional irrigation system. We learn two methods in modern system and four methods in traditional system. Now we start from traditional systems. First is mode. In this system there is a rope. A bucket is tied on one corner of this rope which attaches to the well. They tie the bull on the other side of the rope. When the bucket is filled with the water from the well, then the bull moves and bucket comes up. The farmer takes the bucket and pours that water into the field. Now move to the next, chain pump. In this system there is a chain which rotates round and round. There is a bucket on the one side of the chain and the river on the other side. When the chain rotates, the bucket reaches the river and the bucket is filled with water from river. Then with the help of chain, bucket pours water to the field. Now move to the next, Rahat system. In this system, the bull keeps rotating the beam as shown. There is a lever inside the soil which helps the wheel to rotate. There are buckets in the wheel. There is an irrigation source below the wheel from which the bucket is filled. When the wheel rotates, the water of the bucket reaches the field. Now move to the next, it is Dhekli. It is done through manually. This person had to take out water through a bucket and pour it into the field. This causes a lot of wastage and now for water scarcity, people don't use this method of irrigation. Now move to the modern system. The first is sprinkler system. In the system, the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles on top are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow to the main pipeline under pressure with the help of a pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. It gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. Move to the second drip irrigation system. In this system there is a nozzles. The water falls drop by drop directly near the roots from the nozzles, so it is called drip irrigation system. It is the best technique for watering plants, fruits, gardens and trees. Water is not wasted to all. It is a boon in regions where availability of water is poor. Move to the next topic, weeding. We can also say protecting from weeds. In the field, many undesirable plants were grown naturally along with the crops. These undesirable plants are called weeds, and the removal of weeds are called weeding. Why weeding is important? Because they compete with crop plants for water, minerals, nutrients, space, sunlight, and etc. Weeds are controlled by manually by Khurpi and also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. The next task is harvesting. What is harvesting? The cutting of crop after it is mature, it is called harvesting. The cutting of a crop is called harvesting. There are some festivals for harvesting known as harvest festivals. After 3 to 4 months of hard work, the farmer feels happy to see the grown crops and they celebrate in the form of Diwali, Baisakhi, Pongal and much more. Move to the next topic, threshing. In the harvested crop, the grain need to be separated from chaff, and this process is called threshing. This process is done by the help of machine called combine. Farmers with small holdings of land do the separation of grains and chaff by the process of winnowing. The next step is storage. After separating from chaff, the grain need to be protected from rat, pest and other insects. It can be done by storage of grains. We can store the grains in jute bags and silos. Move to the last topic of the chapter, animal husbandry. Animals reared at the home or in farm have to provide it with proper food, shelter and care. When it is done on large scale, it is called animal husbandry. So this is a chapter crop production and management. Hope this video helps you. Time of today's question, which can be crop? You can answer in comment section.